Hi, you guys. Welcome to Absolute Harmony. In this reading, we are going to look at how you're standing in your own way and how you can get out of your way so your blessings can flow in. We have 5 piles here. On the left, starting with howlite, crystal quartz, tourmaline in the middle, malachite, and rose quartz on the right. Take a deep breath, choose your pile or piles, and I'll see you at your reading. Hi, you guys. This is deck one. If you chose the elephant, let's see how you are standing in your own way. What y'all got going on here? So it looks like you guys are coming out of a cycle or ending a cycle of unfortunate relationships. Um, it's feeling like you guys have just kind of had your heart broken so many times. It's like you don't even, and you could have just been coming out of a breakup or in the space of um, getting ready to walk away from a relationship, but in the space now of not even wanting to date, not even wanting to get to know somebody, not even wanting to, you just don't have the effort or the energy to deal with someone who doesn't make you feel safe. I'll just say that. Someone who doesn't make you feel safe. The thing is that, and I'm feeling like this could be, you know, for a man or woman, of course, but it's feeling like you are jumping so far ahead of yourself that you're putting yourself in a state of panic. You are already assuming that your heart is going to get broken um, in the next relationship. The thing right now is for you to heal, for you to allow yourself to grieve this relationship. It's feeling like the relationship that you guys are walking away from is one that you've invested a lot in. It could be, some of you may have children with this other person. Some of you may have um, known each other for a long time and just got into a relationship, maybe felt like it's not working out. Some of you guys may have, or maybe in the space of walking away from a marriage. This is um, something that you've invested so much of yourself in and have, it's almost like you've grown up with this person in a sense. Um, you have matured a lot with them, so they've kind of seen you through the phases. The important part to remember right now is that now you know better. Now you know better. In answering how you can get out of your own way, it's understanding the signs that you may have ignored before, understanding that you needed to go through this separation in order to understand what you will not settle for. Sometimes our relationships, sometimes the things that we go through are to teach us what not to do, who not to allow in our space, who not to allow in our life. And I see you guys have the full card right up under here on the bottom. It's all about taking new chances, exploring, allowing yourself the freedom to make more mistakes, to learn more lessons. You don't have to do this alone. You can find some joy, even if it's not, jumping right back into a relationship, um, because that's never, that's never really a good thing. But allowing yourself the time to not know, allowing yourself to not know. With the full card here, my man he don't care what's ahead of him. He is confident and he knows that he has all he needs in his little bag. He got his dog with him, I believe, on this. Yep, got his dog with them. He's set. He has everything that he needs. And you guys also had the Emperor card come up as you are dealing with um, relationships or coming out of this relationship and moving forward um, on this journey. Remember that your relationship doesn't have to look like everybody else's. It seems like you guys have put, um, it's almost like a time restraint on yourself that things have to look a certain way by a certain time, or comparing yourself to the relationships of other people, and it's making you even more depressed because there was a point in this relationship that you're walking out of, or walking away from, or just getting out of, that there was a sense of accomplishment with this relationship. It could be the status of the other person. It could be that you maybe um, had some stability by a certain age. Whatever the details were, you are now being asked to write your own story when it comes to love, when it comes to relationships, because I am feeling like you guys require some things that might not be typical um, of other people. And this could be an understanding of your job. This could be an understanding of needing space. This could be an understanding of maybe you have a particular diet that you're on, or particular rituals that you follow. Um, Needing someone who can understand that and not judge it, and even grow along with you along this path, is something that's going to be really important to you guys. And so, again, just kind of reminding you to take the lessons as you grieve. Be patient with yourself. You have the Three of Swords here, which, I mean, not even just heartbreak, but the lies, the mind games, the manipulation that kind of kept you in this relationship a little bit or a lot longer than it should have. And this could be you being the one doing the manipulating. I want to make that clear too. There's a certain sense of, I believe I said this in the beginning, of victimizing yourself, of seeing, it's it's almost like you skip over how you're treating someone and just pay attention to the reaction. And so this is also how you are kind of blocking your blessings here, is because even outside of your romantic relationships, this carries over into your friendships, and it carries over into with business partners. You have to be careful not to um, not to use the woe is me thing too much, and understand that you are not helpless. You are not helpless. You're rebuilding, and I'm seeing you rebuilding a foundation that wasn't quite sturdy for you. So this could be, just growing up in a household where relationships weren't healthy, or where these relationships were um, chaotic. And so, of course, that being your model, that's what you are going to, that's the example you're going to follow. And so I want to, again, remind you to have some compassion for yourself. Remind yourself throughout the day, throughout the hour, however often that you need to, remind yourself that you are good. You have everything you need. It might be scary, it might be intimidating, it might be uncomfortable, but understand that this person who is, it's clear now that they don't belong in this part of your journey. Um, Understand that that was a lesson. It was a lesson. There is so much better coming for you, so much bigger, so much better, so much bliss, so much happiness coming for you. And it's going to take for you to get out of your head. It's going to take for you to take some accountability for the actions, your actions against other people. There's a certain sense of, um, sometimes you encourage people, but you get upset when you see they're gaining confidence. The 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 triggers that happen within yourself, um, again, and seeing, it's almost like you get upset sometimes from seeing other people happy, because you feel like, when's it going to be my turn? How is it that these people keep getting all these blessings and I'm still here struggling? Or how is it that this person is in this relationship with so and so for so long and I'm still here trying to figure it out? It's because the person that is coming for you is coming for you. Your soulmate is coming for you. Don't worry about Jilly Bob over here in her relationship, because she might be pretending too. Or she may have just waited until the right time to meet the right person, working on herself. It doesn't matter what the details of her relationship are. Honestly, it really doesn't. Because your relationship with self first, let me say, and then with others, is not going to look the same as the people that you're comparing yourself to. And so, get out of your head. Get out of your head. Again, reminding you, you have everything that you need. Sorry, there's a plane taking off. You have everything that you need. And I'm seeing that you guys have to remember that it's safe to confide in your friends, to celebrate. You have people who can support you emotionally, physically, spiritually. And it doesn't, it's not going to take the pain away immediately. That's something that you have to sit with and work through, yourself, without relying on other people to do it for you. And understand that you do have people you can go to when you are ready for support, that you do have that. And so I pulled the oracle card for you guys, and it is transitions. And I'm going to read from the book for you. Hopefully you can see that. Transitions. 37. You have all the inner resources you need to cross whatever bridges arise on your path. Transitions bridge our life from one significant change to the next. They are the periods between one way, phase, or chapter in life and another. As interims that follow turning points of no return, they bookmark the times that we have had to figure out how to make our life work again. Transitioning takes as long as it takes to adapt to new circumstances or perspectives. A minor or major time of transition may be at hand. The crone wishes to assure you that it's okay for your period of transition to be messy, awkward, uncomfortable, and met with resistance. Be gentle with yourself as you find your new rhythm, routine, and way. And then that's just Rocky choking in the back. He'll be fine. Don't mind that. It is helpful to reflect upon prior transitions and the wisdom gained from each as well, to keep note of those going forward. Transitions are the blessings rarely recognized as such at the time. And so just sending you lots of patience with yourself, compassion, allowing yourself to cry if you need to cry, scream if you need to scream. Don't judge your feelings. Don't judge your feelings. You got the Star card here chilling on top. You're finding the balance. You're finding the balance within and without. As above, so below. In heaven and on earth, everything is balancing and shifting. Everything is balancing and shifting. Don't expect it to look a certain way, because then that'll just keep driving you crazy. And so if this video resonated with you, please hit that like button, that subscribe button below. If you would like to book a personal reading, you can email me at absoluteharmony44@yahoo.com, and we can get you booked in for a virtual reading. I want to celebrate you for a moment before I finish your reading, because you really did all that you could. You really did all that you could and continue to do all that you can for others. I encourage you to do that for yourself, all that you can. Love yourself so hard it makes people sick, because you deserve it. And you have some beautiful things coming. You have an amazing day. Peace. Ayo. This is deck number 2. If you chose the clear quartz, seeing how you're standing in your own way. I know, exciting, right? It is exciting, because then we can hold ourselves accountable and make adjustments, you know? So it's looking like you guys are so focused on the end game that you're overlooking the beautiful things that are shifting right now in this moment in your life. It's almost as if you are so used to being lied to that you have almost isolated yourself. You have almost isolated yourself, so focused on money, which, I mean, you know, get that bag for sure. But you have been so focused on the material aspects of life lately that you've forgotten that you are an emotional being. You forgot that your feelings matter. You forgot that it's okay to unravel sometimes. There's a it's like there are times where you get so frustrated or so overworked or so burnt out that it's crazy. It's like you feel like you have to cry, and then that moment you're just like, nah, fuck that. That's not. We don't have time for that. We don't have time for these emotions. And then you wake up with back pain or neck pain, or you know, you have a headache that won't go away. Your body is telling you like, hey, okay, I've been telling you I needed to cry about this shit that happened last week, and you keep pushing it down, so I'm going to physically get your attention. And that is what happens when we don't acknowledge our inner self. You know, you are, and I'm seeing that also there are so many other people relying on you to get things done that you feel like you don't have time for emotions. I see it. I understand, and it makes sense. You know, that's how we are. That's how society has kind of pushed us to, you know, our lifestyles. The thing with you is that you are sensitive to other people's emotions and energies, and you know, I'm seeing even when you are going to work, you are surrounded by people who might be complaining all the time. You might be surrounded by people who are just not happy. They're just, you know, some people just wake up miserable all the time. You are such a happy person by nature. Like these people, no matter how angry or upset they are in the office, or you know, at your job site or wherever, they look forward to seeing you. And it's, you know, and you feeling that happiness and that joy, because even though people might annoy you, you also, you know, your heart loves them. And so, you know, you feel the happiness and the moment What you don't feel or realize sometimes is that behind that moment of joy that they're sharing with you is a ton of the heaviness that was behind it, and you're taking all of it. And so you might be feeling right now a lot of emotions that aren't yours, especially if you're living in a home with someone who is going through a lot also. Um, and I can see the concern also for your physical body. And it's almost as if you feel um, being more active is what your body needs, when in reality your body needs you to chill out, to come inward, to I'm hearing restart your health regimen. Restart your health regimen, meaning like get back to the basics, get back to making sure that you drink enough water, getting back to not buying a bunch of fast food and snacks just because it's convenient. Your body, and this is also going to, translate over to your emotions and how you're feeling too, because, food is fuel. Food is fuel. And so if you're giving your body junk and a bunch of extra um, chemicals that it has to process, then it's not going to be able to give you all that it can, especially with all of the emotions that are being impacted in your body as well, because you're not giving yourself time to release them. And so it's almost like I feel it's like you're ready to explode right now, because and not even sure why. It's almost like you're using that um, anger and frustration as motivation to keep going, to keep focused, to keep pushing your body hard, to keep pushing the emotions down, and you keep ending up in the same cycle. You keep ending up in the same cycle of, you'll get so caught up in your work that you'll forget that you don't feel good, and then the moment that you finally get, even coming home after a long day, or after a couple weeks, or a couple days, your body is just completely fried. Your body is just completely fried. And so, um, with the Ace of Wands right here, I'm feeling like this is your opportunity to shift that fire. And I'm not saying take the fire away from you getting your money, because I see that you're trying to build an empire here, and that shit is going to happen. Um, but shifting the energy sometimes to from the material things into self. Even if you have to take a day, I can assure you that your body will thank you for missing out on a little bit of money to care for it. That money will come back to you tenfold, because if your body is not in a space to give, if your body is not in a space to be fully present, then you're not going to get the most out of it, because it's tired, because it's over here trying to process the extra stuff from that bag of chips you ate, and then that Wendy's that you might have grabbed on the way home, and then you get back to the house and you're eating something super salty, or having a drink or a cocktail or something to kind of relax yourself. And in there nowhere is there a solid plate of protein, some fruit, some vegetables, some fish, some seafood, some meat. If your body is telling you it needs a steak, then maybe it needs a steak. Your iron might be low. Your body knows what you need before your brain can sometimes even process it. If you are craving ice cream, maybe you need some calcium. So if you don't eat dairy, maybe, grab some spinach, grab some papaya. There are ways to, we have, there's your body, you're making too many excuses for not giving your body what it needs. Is what your guys are like, stop fucking around. Tell me. You have to give your body what it needs, because I see that you are a workhorse. When you have your mindset to something, you are going to accomplish it. You are going to accomplish it no matter what. The cycle that you're coming out of is running your body in the ground to do it. Running your body into the ground to do it. And so shifting that, shifting that paradigm, shifting that you know, all the attention doesn't have to be outward. There is a way to find balance, you know, and not saying at all that you can't work hard, not saying that there won't be times where maybe you forget to eat, or there won't be days where you know, maybe you don't drink enough water because you're trying to hustle and finish a project or meet a deadline or something. But the step forward is doing all that you can to make sure that doesn't happen. And so if you know you don't drink enough water, you're working outside, you're on boats all day, you're, um, you know, running here and there, make sure you have a water bottle with you. Make sure you keep a gallon of water in the car. Make sure that you have snacks accessible. Cut up some fruit, or cut up, you know, get a little protein box. Cut up some chicken, and or buy some, you know, cheese, and make little lunch boxes for yourself so you can bring it with you on the road. Not to um, have stopping at a fast food place be your only option. And so really just um, getting out of your way means paying more attention to your body. And so I did pull an oracle card for you guys. Emotional energy. And I'm going to read from the book what this card says for you all. As soon as I find it. Here we go. Alright, emotional energy. This is saying that emotions are messengers to be met with appropriate attention, action, and gratitude. Emotion is energy. Each emotion vibrates somewhere different along the spectrum of high to low frequency. The positive emotions have a higher energetic frequency, and they are light and vibrant. The uncomfortable or negative emotions have a slower energetic frequency. They are denser and therefore heavier. Calm is neutral and located at the center of the spectrum. It's our optimal homeostatic setting and the equilibrium to which our bodies seek to return in response to any deviation. And so, of course, we want to get back to neutral, right? Essentially, emotions are the gateway to our inner child. They need our time, patience, and adequate caretaking to work their alchemy in our life. If you're not yet particularly attuned to your emotions, now is the time to become so. Start by frequently checking in with how you feel and making a note of it in your journal at least 3 times a day. Seeing how your schedule is 3 times a day might not be realistic, but at least mentally, like, check in with yourself if you can, at least in the morning, midday. Set an alarm if you have to. Include notes on what you're doing, what you're thinking, your location, and the individuals in your company. Reminding you that, you know, sometimes the people around you are contributing to your exhaustion. Shooting the emotional messengers for containing news that you do not like or want is as effective as shooting yourself in the foot over the need for a new pair of shoes. The job of emotions is to help you navigate your way safely and successfully through life. Let them. I know y'all are like, man, I don't have time for emotions. It's cool. I get it. I'm the same way too. What is this I'm feeling? But acknowledging it and then letting it go, or allowing yourself to feel it at least, will make such a huge difference, because then it won't get stuck in your body. Because a lot of that joint pain that you're feeling, a lot of the headaches that you're getting, it's not always a huge medical issue, you know? And so just reminding you to check in with your body, encouraging you to do what you need to do for yourself. And so if this reading hit home for you, please hit that like button, subscribe, so you can catch up when I am posting more videos and readings like this. If you wanted to book a personal reading, you can email me at absoluteharmony44@yahoo.com, and we can get you booked in. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, and I appreciate how focused you are, your energy that you bring to the world. You are such a go-getter. You are such a go-getter, and you influence so many people. So remember that you matter just as much as you make those other people feel they matter, or remind those other people how much they matter. Have a good day. See ya. Ayo. This is group number 3. If you chose the black tourmaline. Such a protective stone. I'm interested to see what your guides have to say for you, because they are very protective of you. Let me just say how you guys have been kind of standing in your own way. Seeing that this is, you don't even recognize yourself right now, which is making you question the path that you're on. Almost there's an overwhelming sense of anxiety, and also waiting. It's like you're exhausted and you're waiting. It's like you're on the cusp of not needing to know if you should go forward. You may have started a new relationship, started a new business venture. There's something that feels very new for you that you might not be seeing the results that you thought you would see in this moment or as of yet. And so feeling a little discouraged. The thing is that things are happening, you're just not seeing them. You're not paying attention to them because you are so uncomfortable in this new skin, if that makes sense. I can see that there are still some things being cut away from your life, people that are being cut away, which is kind of giving you the impression that maybe you made a wrong move back there. Maybe you made a wrong decision. Why is everything falling apart? What did I do wrong? How do I fix this? Things are being fixed right now. You are being taken out of all of the things that you were maybe afraid to leave, weren't ready to leave yet. And God, the divine goddess, your spirit team is like, okay, you are not getting out of your own way. So we have to start being a little more aggressive and smacking your hands when you're going to touch fire. And the thing that you are doing is you're keeping yourself in this state of anxiety and panic because there were some things, some people, some places that you were codependent on. Codependency it shows up heavy when we're dealing with rejection and abandonment issues, when we did not get the love and attention that we needed as children to feel confident in ourselves and the decisions that we're making. And you are not that child anymore. You are, and I'm seeing such a dreamer, such an inventor. Your imagination is just the things that are in your brain. The things that are in your brain that you don't share. It's what's holding you back. The not wanting to share, when you do get these ideas, feeling like, no, this can't be it. No, I don't know if I should share it. Should I? No, people might think it's stupid. People might not understand me. Somebody might, make fun of me. Keeping yourself literally isolated in a sense. And even seeing that when you are out, even around people that you do trust, there's still a part of you that's holding back because you're afraid of judgment. You've had some pretty mean, which is an understatement. You've had some pretty rude people in your life who did not always encourage you when they should have, who, they didn't always push you to go after the things that didn't seem tangible. Even when it comes to, it could have been, the school that you went to, the location that you live in. There's a sense of shame that you have attached um, to your growth, almost to your accomplishments. And people don't see you the way that you see yourself. People don't see you as she's weird or he's weird. There's something about them that, people aren't judging you as hard as you think they are especially when you're out in social settings. In fact, a lot of your friends actually, they see that you're holding back. And so sometimes you may be in situations and people will ask you questions about a certain topic, or um, maybe a book or a movie or a show or something that's happened, and it's almost like you get offended. It's almost like you get offended or get upset that they're asking you these questions, because it hits that um, part of you that makes it feel like you're being vulnerable, if that makes sense. When people ask you about things, they're trying to get to know you, and not even just in a nosy way, but in a understanding that you have so much to offer. There's so much that's going on inside your brain. People see that you are a unicorn and they want to know more about you. And it's also okay to hide some pieces of yourself as well from people, because everybody doesn't need to know all your business or all the things that go around in your head. But understand that every person's question is not an attack on you. Every person is not out to get you. It's okay to not know everything. It's okay to discuss things with people. It's okay to need help. You are overcoming so much, have overcome so much already. Yeah, you are learning boundaries. You are learning who deserves your energy, your emotional energy, your words, your encouragement, the protection that you offer. Um, and protection in both the 3D and in the spirit realm, because you have a pretty heavy spirit team here. Lots of, and of course, with the Black Tourmaline, you have a lot of ancestors looking out for you, who understand that you may not have been given everything that you needed to step out into the world fully confident. They understand that. Some of these ancestors played a part in that. Um, Understand, though, that they were also learning, and they are still learning in that realm. And as they are doing so, they are wanting to connect with you to help you through this space, to help you to gain the confidence, to help you to really understand your power. And don't be afraid to step out spiritually. Don't be afraid to share your art. Don't be afraid to, because I'm seeing that you express yourself very differently as well. You know, Paintings, art, um, dancing movements. You may be a dancer. You may be um, a singer. There is some heavy Pisces energy in here, very artsy. You guys, think out of the box. Write that book. Sell that art. Make those crafts, make those candles, get that apothecary up and going. Don't keep yourself in the box because, you're doubting yourself, and your doubt is what's holding you back. Your doubt is what's holding you back. You have the sun card here, and even though it was in reverse, look how happy that baby is. My man is chilling on his horse, going on his ride. The sun is shining. He has nothing but love and joy in his heart for the future. Despite what he might have been coming from, despite what's on the other side of that wall that he's passing, you can see that wall back there. He is understanding that I am not my past. I am capable of anything I put my heart to. I got the sun on my side, the sun, the divine, that fire, our solar plexus, the seat of our confidence, the seat of, this is our essence, this is how we shine, the power that comes behind us. This is also where our intuition is. This is where our intuition sits. That gut feeling. That gut feeling that's right here in your solar plexus. This is where the divine taps into it when it needs to tell you something. Pay attention to that. Pay attention to that. And in the moments where you feel a negative thought come into your head, switch it around. Those moments where you're like, no, I shouldn't share. You know what? Somebody needs to hear this. Switch it up. And it may not be a sharing outright, but journal it. Some of you guys, I'm feeling, are probably going to be authors, bloggers. There's an aspect of your life that the world needs to see because it's so unique and so refreshing that it will make so many more people comfortable with being themselves. So let's look at your oracle card. Inner life. And I'm going to read from the book for you guys so we can see what that's all about. Inner life. Your inner life is a garden to be cultivated. The more we tune into our inner light or spirit self, the more we live our outer life through it. The more transparent we become, the more our inner life is reflected back to us through the intimate connections we enjoy with others and our surroundings. Without a healthy and solid sense of a self communing within spirit self, there is only ever smoke and mirrors without. Let me read that again. Without a healthy and solid sense of a self communing within spirit self, there is only ever smoke and mirrors without. And so until you go inward and really understand who you are and what you bring to this world, you are going to continue to have this false perception of the world, of how people view you, of how you view yourself. The journey home to spirit self provides us with a genuinely secure foundation to build our life upon. Coming home to the loving white light within transforms our limitations and blind spots into pathways without. The loving luminosity of our inner life shines through all density, deception, and distractions. All shadows burn into the dusty ashes illusions ultimately are. This is why shadows bury instead of heal what is beautiful but injured within them. This is also why shadows need the light's loving burn to peel away and crumble them back into ash. Tend to your garden first. The shadows you illuminate will reveal all the good that they had mistakenly buried with fourfold radiance, strength, and blessings. Reminding you, take that chance on yourself. Stop beating yourself up over things, creating this anxiety that is holding you back. Because you got some amazing things wanting to come in with you. You have your ancestors here, your guides here really wanting to connect with you on a deeper level to help you uncover and understand that the things that you experience are real. And you'll know what that means. And so If this reading resonated with you, I would love, love, love if you hit that like button below, hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date whenever I post more readings. Also, if you would like to book a private reading with me, you can email me at absoluteharmony44@yahoo.com and we can get you booked in. Again, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Work on it. Fill yourself up with affirmations. Write them on post-its and stick them along the walls if you have to, because you have some amazing, amazing things that are coming to you. Believe in yourself. I believe in you. Your guys believe in you. Your friends believe in you. You got this. All right? You have an amazing day. Go fucking be awesome. See ya. Hello, deck number 4. If you chose the Malachite Stone. Let's see how you are standing in your way, in the way of your blessings here. The first word that comes up is stubborn. Stubborn. You have been so set on how things must look, and this is feeling like a relationship. It could also be a job. There, you have been wanting so badly for things to look and feel a certain way that it's like you keep putting yourself through this cycle. You keep putting yourself through this cycle because you are not wanting to accept that someone might love you. That was really, that's really deep. That's really deep. Someone out here is really trying to love up on you, and you are like, I want it, but I don't really want it to look like that. Can you do it like this instead? Because this is what I'm used to. And the universe is like, no, we're not doing it like that anymore, because you've been doing it like that, and you keep finding yourself chained to something that is not serving you, that's hurting you, that's burning you, that is filling you up with guilt. The relationships of the past are the relationships of the past. There is a aspect of control that you are being asked to let go of. You're being asked to let go of. Let me get Rocky under control. Sorry, he gets hype when he wants to. So, you guys, the way that you are standing in your way right now is you are learning to allow. You are learning to let things happen the way that they need to happen. With the World card here, I'm seeing that the universe, God, the divine is trying to give you all the things that you've been asking for. You also have the Ten of Cups here. The divine is trying to give you everything and more, actually, with the two of them together. And then you have the Ace of Cups here. The beginning of, I'm feeling like this card is meaning for you, the beginning of a new relationship with yourself. Lots of new emotions and also a lot of old ones. The old ones are, I'm hearing, outdated. There are certain things that this person does to trigger you that remind you of some things that you've gone through in the past. It's not the same. It's not the same. It's almost as if, and I'm going to use muscle memory as an example. You guys are so used to someone maybe not answering your phone calls because they were just being manipulative. They were maybe out cheating on you with somebody else, or doing whatever it was that they were doing. This person when they don't answer your phone call might actually be working, or they might actually just have their phone on silent and really miss it, or they just might not be paying attention to their phone. But that muscle memory for you, the moment that your call isn't answered, you go into panic mode and you're like, oh, what are you out here doing? What is this? This, I've been here before, blah, blah, blah. Not again. I'm not going down here again. And that's the cycle for you. The thing is, you have to catch yourself before you get chained again, before you allow that thought to run away with your brain. You are learning right now to give people the benefit of the doubt, and you're also learning that your emotions are serving a purpose for you, and the emotional triggers that you are experiencing are to help that heart healing that you've been wanting so bad. It's almost like, you've been praying for, open my heart, help me to live from my heart space. Well, it hurts sometimes because we realize how deep our own ignorance, how deep it goes. And in that ignorance, it is a lack of acknowledgement. It is not wanting to take responsibility for how you may come across, because remember, just as this person may be triggered by, or you may be triggered by this person not answering the phone, they may also be triggered by you not answering the phone. And I'm not sure if it's you doing it intentionally, trying to, oh, well, let me show you how it feels when it happens to you. The mindsets are not the same. You are underestimating this other person, and you're also keeping yourself in the space of anxiety and paranoia, because I'm really feeling like this person is trying to love you and they see you for who you are, which is also something that you might not be used to, is people actually seeing you for who you are, because you're honestly still in a space of seeing yourself, seeing the power that you possess, seeing how beautiful you are, seeing how you change the energy in a room. You're still learning about yourself and how you show up. You may have been going through a big, huge transition and, are getting used to, or are finally in a space of accepting that you are deserving of all of it. This may be new for you, and that's okay. What Spirit is asking you to do is at least, just taste the cup, man. Just take it. At least take a little sip. You might like it. You might like it. But you're like, no. You're like, no, I had those cups before, looking at the 3 other cups on the ground. No, I had 3 cups already. I don't even feel like tasting anything. I don't even want to try it. The thing is that each of those cups could have had something different in it. Each of those cups could have had something different in it. I'm hearing, like, allow yourself to explore. Allow yourself to explore. Yeah, allow yourself to explore. Get over yourself. Get over yourself. This was reversed. Get over yourself. People see you. People understand how important you are. People understand how important you are. You don't have to be so afraid of being left and abandoned. And again, just seeing what some of the past relationships, it's like, you are this guy in this 5 of Cups. It's like, I gave you all I could, and I end up with less than what I started with, than what I came in with. That's a part of the cycle you're getting out of too. Boundaries. When people overstep, when people say something that is out of line, making it clear that they're out of line. I will say first though, before you go jumping down other people's throats, when you're triggered, make sure that that response is not one of anger and from you being triggered. If somebody makes you feel uncomfortable, maybe you should sit with why first. Take a minute, take a breath. Why am I feeling uncomfortable? Is this something that this person is actually doing? Or is it something that I'm assuming that they're doing or assuming that they're thinking? And so that is going to help you um, to get out of your head a little bit more, and also coming back to yourself, getting whatever lessons you need to get out of, um, and they keep bringing me back to you just being annoyed and triggered and afraid of being left. Understand that abandonment and rejection remnants can show up in a lot of different ways. Some of those ways can be codependent. Some of those ways could show up as you needing someone to tell you how important you are because you don't believe it yourself, or you don't tell yourself it enough. There's something that you're looking for from this other person to make you feel more whole when you should be giving that to yourself. And so your oracle card here, assistance with access. And I'm going to read from the book here what it says. Your oracle card says, assistance with access. It is necessary to ask for help and accept help in order to receive it. Throughout life, we require the assistance of others, circumstances, and the world in order to grow. Whether or not we like it, acknowledge it, or accept it, a time will come when we cannot ignore that we can neither do everything alone nor have everything done for us. We must learn the middle way of active and receptive living with and amongst others in the world. We all hold the key to ourselves and simultaneously remain in need of an interdependent relationship with other people, places, and situations to assist us in accessing the full terrain of our spirit self. The Maiden supports you through a time of asking for help and accepting it from those who are genuinely of pure source, love, and light. May you allow yourself the time to seek out those knowledgeable and willing to assist you in learning how to access and embody your full power and purpose. Attention is your key to everywhere and anything. Spirit self is accessed through the experience of being in harmonious communication with the world, situations, and others. Sorry, there's a plane taking off. Spirit self is accessed through the experience of being in harmonious communion with the world, situations, and others. Your external reality is both the reflection of and the aperture into your inner portal. To know who you are is to experience yourself in relation to what it may seem you are not. Self-perception, sometimes we project a lot of our fears and insecurities and doubts onto other people without even realizing it. And so wanting to take a moment to, applaud you because you have been doing a lot of work. You really have, and it's paying off. And now you are at the cusp of receiving the love, this knight in shining armor that you've been asking for. Be mindful, you don't have to rush anything. Make sure that you are good first before you offer your heart to somebody else. And understand too that this person is helping you to heal your heart. They're not going to do it for you by, spoon feeding you all of the, sugarcoating everything. They're not going to sugarcoat everything for you because you have to do the inner workings yourself. But encouraging you, sending you lots of love and compassion and clarity as you go through this transition, understanding that you are breaking some heavy cycles within your family, and you are doing it just through working through yourself. Don't feel like you need to pick up other people's baggage and put it in with yours because they may be struggling to carry it. And So if this video hit home for you, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button so you can get notified when I post more readings. If you would like to book a private reading with me, you can email me at absoluteharmony44@yahoo.com and we can get you booked. I appreciate you and I'm encouraging you. You have some beautiful things coming to you. Claim them because they are yours and you deserve all of it. Have a blessed day. Peace. Hi, this is group number 5. If you pick the rose quartz. How, when you are blocking your blessings, how you're in your own way right now, giving you some clarity here with all the things you guys have been you guys may have just lost a very close friend, or feels like you lost a very close friend. This could be the end of a partnership of some sort. It's not feeling romantic, but maybe job-wise, maybe childhood friend. This is something that, and you may have actually physically lost them. This may be the death of a loved one, or feeling like the death of a loved one as you are going through this. You guys have so many different things going on at one time. It's and I might be in your brain right now, just kind of feeling overwhelmed, not really knowing which way to start. You don't know which way is up from down. Do you need help? Do you need to be alone? And you have things to do. I'm feeling like there might be children, or you might be a caretaker for someone close to you, but there are other people who require your attention. There's something or someone else that requires your attention, and so it's like your body's an autopilot. Your body's an autopilot, and inside, your soul is like, oh shit, it's about to blow. It almost feels like you're about to implode on yourself. You have been, and it feels like you have been doing a lot of, feels like inner workings, maybe. Maybe you've been doing a lot of meditating, a lot of energy work, it feels like a lot of your work has been outside of your physical body. And so you may have, I'll use it as like your third eye has been blasted open. There's a certain part of your being that feels raw and exposed right now. And it's freaking you out a little bit because it's giving you, your sleep patterns are messed up, your eating patterns are thrown off, your routine is off now. You're very unsettled. You may have just moved to a new location, and I see that could be the part of the ending the relationship. You may be in the beginning of or at the in-between of starting something new, of starting a new relationship, of starting a new job, of starting a new business, starting new friendships. And it's a little overwhelming for you because this time it feels good. Yeah. This time it feels good. And you guys aren't used to things feeling good, especially when it comes to other people. You have been taught that you can't trust anybody. You can't trust anybody, no matter whether it's a friend, no matter whether it's family. you like to do things alone because you are so tired of um, being taken advantage of, being manipulated, and so you have you don't know or don't feel comfortable with sharing a lot of the things you're experiencing with other people. Um, because I'm seeing since you've been doing all this energy work, you're also experiencing um, maybe some visions. You may be hearing voices. Your body may be, it may feel like you're getting almost like your foot's falling asleep, little tingly, stabbing pains. You may find yourself even getting headaches or it's feeling like maybe heart palpitations as well. And these physical reactions are freaking you out a bit. Your body is adjusting to all of the spiritual work you've been doing. And it's very important that you are taking care of your body. And I understand that when going through all these things, you may feel like you don't need food. You may feel like you don't have an appetite, so you don't want to eat. You have to. Even if it's, make yourself a protein shake or, scramble yourself some eggs or, make a salad with some protein in it, add you in some nuts or some. You have to fill yourself with um, nourishing foods because your body is going to need it as it's going through this um, ascension process. Your body energetically, because we are energetic beings, right? Our heart pumps from um, electrical pulses. Our neurons fire electrical signals. Our body works off of energy. The divine is energy. As we are ascending, the energies within us are being thrown off and, going back to in the body. If you have these energetic receptors that are being, I don't want to say misfiring because they're not misfiring. There's nothing physically wrong. It's adjusting. These energies are adjusting, and so your moods will be off, your sleep patterns will be off, your body might feel as if it's not your body, and probably um, I can say with confidence that you guys are probably having some very vivid dreams right now as well. Even though you might not remember them, you may um, wake up super fatigued, feeling like you haven't slept at all, which also, can drag you down into that hole of depression. You guys are also doing a lot of work in your sleep. And when I say work, I mean, the upgrades, the work that you guys are doing internally, spiritually, emotionally, you know, mind, body, soul, it's all connected. And so while you're sleeping, your body is out of the way and your emotions are out of the way for the most part. Um, some of you guys, again, with these intense dreams and waking up, there are parts of your soul, parts of your body that are still out doing this work. Because remember, you're asleep now, so spirit doesn't have to worry about you overthinking things or talking yourself out of going into a meditation or, all the things that you've been doing. And so spirit takes advantage of that. The angels, your guides, your ancestors, the divine takes advantage of that. That's, of course, when we're sleeping is when our body heals physically, but also spiritually and emotionally. And so whenever you're waking up, you are being asked to really get a routine for your morning. You are really being asked to, the first thing when you're waking up, give yourself a minute to get back in your body. When you wake up, thank you for the work that was done through the night. I call back all pieces of my body, all pieces of my soul out doing work. It's time to get up. It's time to get the day going. Doesn't need to be a long, drawn out 20-minute Sunday dinner prayer. Our you have instant access to things, and it is in seeing things long and drawn out that kind of deters us and thinks that we don't have access to um, the divine, to our ancestors, to our spirit team. You do. And the moment that you wake up, wake up with gratitude, and also understand that you're a human and you need all parts of your spirit self back so that you can operate fully. And the divine knows that. Your spirit team knows that. And so um, understand that you're not missing out on anything by calling all the pieces back to yourself. You're not doing any harm or slowing down the healing process. But in making this morning routine, um, starting with calling all the pieces of your body back, I'm seeing that meditation is also going to be very important for you. So you might need to sit down in a quiet space or turn on some music and dance. Because remember, meditation isn't always sitting here with your eyes closed in silence. You know, it can be reading a book. It is Meditation is whatever gets us out of our own head in a safe way, in a safe and healthy way. And in doing this, this will help you um, to process and gather a lot of the emotions and the overwhelming things that you have going on in your physical life in 3D, um, and it will allow you to start to organize it. I'm seeing journaling might be is also going to be very important for you too. Um, and I like pen to paper. I'm a pen to paper kind of gal. But you can also video record in your phone. You know how you're feeling, what's going on in the moment, who pissed you off, what you need clarity on. Because you guys have so many things going on in your head and so many other people that are relying on you that sometimes you forget about yourself. Oftentimes you forget about yourself. And so, again, boundaries when it comes to other people. Hey, this is my alone time right now. I'll call you back in an hour. Or, hey, mommy needs her alone time. Come and sit and meditate with me. And I understand, kids do what they want sometimes. So, just kind of offering the opportunity for it to become a family thing, so that a lot of the burdens that you have on you, other people can also benefit from your healing practices. It's seeming like some of you guys have children and they're wanting you to include the children a little more, because your children are, you might think they're aliens sometimes because of how much knowledge and insight they came into this world with. Um, Reminding you that you also came into the world with these things. The only thing is, you forgot. And so you are in a space now to help them to hold on to that. And I have some oracle cards for you. I'm going to read out the book for you. The first one is accountability. And then I'll get to your other one. Accountability. Responsibility is a gift of love to yourself and others. When we take responsibility for our choices, we gain integrity and the right relationship with ourselves. Optimally, our decisions are conscious ones made with consideration for the likely consequences to all involved. However, this is not always the case. In life, we learn as we go. As we become aware of a more beneficial way to handle ourselves, others, and life, we do so accordingly. We maximize our chances of this when we remain open to addressing any damage or ill feelings that arise towards ourselves and others. Okay, the future mother assures us that the things we wish we had not done or had done differently, are gifts. They are necessary for learning how to do things differently going forward. They are also what makes us increasingly compassionate and understanding of others and their actions. Accountability is an act of self-love, compassion, and acceptance that benefits all. However, the most important person to be accountable to is yourself. When you are accountable, you stand empowered, confident, and with integrity. So that was your first oracle card. The second one is sharing. There is the giving and receiving and giving. While solitude is necessary at times, our lives also need to be shared for sustainable and healthy living as well as growth. The true sharing of ourselves does not take anything away from us. It's not about giving all that we have. It does not come from a place of fear or lack of bartering mindset. We freely offer what we have from a place of abundant love and a sense of completeness. True receiving is from this state too. If there's a constant feeling that something is not right or does not make sense, then it probably isn't the right choice for us to continue engaging with that person, group, or organization. It's okay to take time and find and gradually get to know our circle of transparent and trustworthy people. Those who we can feel safe and comfortable enough with to open to cannot be forced or accumulated in a rush. It's okay to ask when unsure whether something unspoken is expected in return for giving what seems to be freely given. Again, making people mindful of your boundaries, what you require, what you won't tolerate, but doing so from a place of love and not from a place of control or manipulation. Giving and receiving within your circle magnifies the energy, growth, and love in your life. And so, with that being said, I want to encourage you guys to keep going. You are in such a beautiful healing place, even though it seems like chaos. Because it seems like chaos. Things are, you don't have to do this alone. You don't have to do this alone. And also, finding the ways that you are contributing to your own chaos is a beautiful thing. Although a heavy one, it's a beautiful thing because then you are free. You can release yourself. There is no blame to put on anyone else. It's all about how bad you want it. And if you are willing to make the choices to get that happiness. And so, in closing this reading, I would like to thank you. If this resonated with you, hit that like button, subscribe so you can get notified when I'm posting more readings, videos, meditations, all the things on my page. If you would like to book a private reading, you can email me at absoluteharmony44@yahoo.com, and I would be more than happy to get you booked in. You guys are beautiful. You guys are beautiful. And I thank you. And I hope you have an amazing day. Until next time, bye.